Okay, go on to questions.
Coach, pretty special day here at Dudy Noble Field today. Kind of describe, I guess, what you're feeling right now.
I'm glad we won it there instead of losing in the ninth. So, as you're playing that ninth inning out, and you're just like, oh God, these poor kids they're coming and competing every day, and it's nice to have a ending like that for those guys to be able to, get a reward for playing hard. They're just playing hard right now, competing. Not easy. We don't play the game probably as clean as we should, but they're competing, and in front of that crowd and everything else, I think it's a fun day at the park.
Offensively, though, yesterday was kind of uncharacteristic from what y'all been. Y'all kind of returned to form today with some timely hits, some really good at bats. I mean, what did you think of the offensive approach today and how they came through there in the end too?
Yeah, I thought Kellum's hit early was huge. We needed some momentum. I mean, we weren't doing much at all, and Kellum gets that hit, gets us back in the ball game, lets us lengthen the game out a little bit, and then. We need the Ledbetters and the Hines and the Dakotas to get some big hits. I mean, they're some of the better players in the country. And the night before probably weren't great. Hunter was, but being able to get all those guys going, that's a huge piece for us.
Dakota came up last night. Dakota was up with a chance to tie the game late last night. Didn't come through. Said he wanted to be in those moments. He's right back in there today. What can you say about his performance?
That was good. I mean, just competing. Me and Goat are sitting there debating, or do we take here? I think that was 6 balls in a row or something, but Dakota's been really good. We felt like we were going to get a pitch to hit, if he threw something in there. So special moment for him. I'm sure that's one he'll remember for the rest of his life. But it was a good at bat for him.
You get David Mershon in the lineup today, not just in the lineup in the leadoff spot. I guess what went into that decision, and how good was it to see to rip a 2-out double and they get a good bunt down in the ninth inning?
Well, about an hour before the game, Amani had a really bad migraine, so that's why he went into play, and probably good. I mean, he played really well today, so he's a really good player, and he's going to get a lot more opportunities. But that's kind of the piece there, and I thought the double was huge. I mean, a lot that's happened here has been with 2 outs in this series, and his double was a little spark for us.
Had a big double play too to get you out of the 8th inning there. I mean, what's your confidence level in him if he's able to play that shortstop position?
Yeah, he can play it. I mean, he can play it. That's what he came here to do. So, like I said, we have to evaluate everything and see. And Lane's had some tough days here, but Lane's really good too. I got to get them all moving. I got to get them all working. I just got to get Lane playing where Lane needs to play. We've all seen it before.
Coleman had a big home run there. Dakota comes through with the walk-off. I mean, those are 2 guys that haven't played in atmospheres like that before. Now they come in here and come through with big hits. And what does that say about how they handle all the moments here?
That's good, because I was a little concerned last night. Like, it felt like a big night last night. We weren't great offensively, and you're trying to figure out why. And sometimes just their guy pitches really good, but they played really well today, and you could see them loosen up as the game went on. I think that was, probably the first couple innings. I felt like we played a little tight, just trying to get our feet wet, and I thought they played really loose and competitive the last probably 4 or 5 innings.
You mentioned it's good to have an inning like that for the team, but what about an inning like that for a record crowd to stay around the full 9 innings?
That's really big for everybody. So, and it'll be a fun night. I think they'll have a good concert. It'll probably be too fun in Starkville tonight. But it was a big night. I mean, just for everybody. I think it's if you're going to have a day like this and all the, like a day like this, there's so many people on our campus that have put work into it, and to be able to enjoy all this is probably a lot of fun for everybody now.
And you always mention, getting the dude effect and getting, in the 9th inning, giving the crowd a chance to make a difference, and it seemed like they did there. I mean, how big was that just to get the atmosphere going and allow you a chance?
It's huge. We've been preaching it to our kids, like, give us a chance late. Like, we've had a couple times we've let that game. I thought Nate Doan, and I know Nate's disappointed in his 9th inning, but he gets out of it. At the end, we've been letting that 9th inning go to 4 or 5 runs and not give us a chance to do what we did tonight. I think Nate just stayed out there and competed, made a great 3-2 pitch, and then gave us a chance to let the dude effect happen. Especially the ball chance, and I mean, it's just hard to pitch when you have all that going on.
Do you feel like you're starting to see the Aaron Dixon that we all thought we were going to get, these last couple outings?
Oh yeah, he's back. I mean, he was really good Tuesday night in Birmingham. He was good today. He'll be good tomorrow. We'll run him out there tomorrow. We'll have to use him tomorrow.
You touched on Lane a little bit. It's been kind of an adventure as of late at shortstop. What are you seeing with him right now? Because as you mentioned last year, just 4 errors all year, but this year it's been maybe it's the yips or whatever. What are you kind of seeing from him?
I wouldn't say the yips. I was just this game can get in your head a little bit. It makes you play a little tentative, and I think that's what you're seeing right now. He just gets a little tentative. I mean, I've coached him for 3 years. He made every play in the postseason his freshman year. He made 4 errors last year. And you watch a kid, like, he's working harder now than he ever has. And it's just the game. Sometimes this game can be cruel, and it doesn't feel sorry for you. So he's got to fight back and get his mojo back a little bit is all it is.
A 12-hit game for them again, but, I mean, 2 days in a row, they just haven't been walking guys.
Right.
What are you seeing differently from your pitchers this weekend?
And they've attacked it. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. We talked about it in the meeting early today. I mean, that's a good offense now. Those probably first so many hitters. That's about as good as you'll find in the country. And they know they got to be ahead and work ahead. And I tip even all our guys. I thought Graham Eichmann he was much better today. I know he gave up a couple of hits there, but his stuff was back and he was attacking the zone. And I thought the whole crew just competed.
What's the message to a guy like Durangelo? I mean, flushing the emotions of today and him getting back out there tomorrow.
I told Durangelo that most of these people wouldn't be here tomorrow. It'd probably be empty, and he would just have a nice, relaxed atmosphere to pitch in. So he's got to pound the zone, pound the strike zone, go after him. He's a baseball player. He thrives on some of this stuff. So it'll be exciting to watch him throw tomorrow.
So you bring Nixon back tomorrow, and you think you can bring Doan back as well?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but I think there's a possibility. I mean, we're all hands on deck. I told them all after the game, you need to take care of yourself after the game and get ready to go. And we need those guys. We need every arm that we can tomorrow.
Speaking of Lowe, the last couple ball games, he's thrown pretty much exclusively right-handed. Struggled sometimes with left-handers last week. I mean, how much of a factor do you think that is, him just kind of adjusting to throwing?
I think there's a big learning curve going on with Lowe and with us, and trying to figure out what's best for him and his training. It's amazing. Not that he can throw with both hands, but train every day and keep both sides sharp and keep myself going. And he's been fighting that a little bit. He's had a really good week this week. I think I think he'll figure it out a little bit as time goes on. But you're talking about a kid who probably hadn't pitched a ton of big games in his life, and you're Friday night in the SEC and you're competing. And last week was tough on him. I know the Vanderbilt start was tough on him, but he's had a couple of good SEC starts too, and he's real competitive. He works. There's no excuses about him. He's a tough kid, man. And so I think he'll figure it out as time goes on. It's just been, trying to figure it all out. It's been a little tough.
Does he continue to train with the left arm too?
Yeah, he does. He does everything. You've seen in some starts he's thrown. I think at Vandy he went right-handed against Bradfield and left-handed against Ray, and he's just trying to figure it out right now. I think is a lot of it.
Talk more about the character of this team. Just get off the bat. After a disappointing loss last night, just keep on coming back for you.
Yeah, they do. They're playing with a lot on them, because and it's our fault. We had a bad start in the SEC play, so you're coming every day. Every day feels like must win. And last night was disappointing. That last night was really disappointing for all of us. I think it was a really tough night for all of us as we left here and came in today. We probably brought a little bit into it today, but they're fighting. I mean, they are competing and they are working, and it was a really good effort there late tonight.
All right, we'll go on to questions.
Dakota, you sat in that same spot last night by yourself after striking out at the end of the ball game, and you said you wanted to be in those moments where you were again. So kind of describe what you're feeling right now coming through in a big ball game like this.
It was exactly what I said, just being up there in that moment. My approach going up there was just telling myself they're not getting you again. Be a hard-nosed guy. Do whatever you got to do to get the job done. That's what I did.
What was kind of the approach that, because he was kind of struggling to throw strikes. How do you balance being aggressive but also kind of just waiting on your pitch?
Really just going up there, letting the crowd get to him. The crowd, they were on our side, of course. Just he couldn't throw any pitches for strikes, and I was just waiting to get just one pitch. I was in the two-strike approach the whole at bat, and just waiting to get one pitch and just wanted to get it out of the infield.
You heard how loud it was there after the game, and you sprinted, I saw, to the outfield. You almost jumped over that fence, and record crowd today. What was that whole moment like of that kind of celebration after you saw that you walked it off?
I was really just actually I don't know what I was thinking. I blacked out, but I saw my teammates coming towards me, and I was just like pointing to the crowd. You got to give our fans their. You got to give them not advice, but they came out, they did their thing, and we did ours.
You were obviously pretty positive yesterday when you came in here, even after that tough at bat. I guess where's that confidence kind of come from that you can bounce back?
I don't know. It's just something I've always had. Just have confidence in yourself. you sign up to play in the SEC, play against the best teams, so you just got to go out there and compete.
Colton, I know you don't mind the fact that DJ's getting a lot of questions right now, but pretty big day for the kid from Hoover, Alabama today, too. Come and take us through your day.
I just went up there like every other at bat, every other game, and trying to get a pitch to hit, catch it out front. We have a little saying, party out front if it's there. So I caught out front, squared it up, and it happened to go out. So.
Well, you might have had ball 4 on that second home run. What'd you say? What'd you say there? You went and got that one.
Well, he just kept throwing me those sliders over the plate, and I was seeing it well. So went down and got it. I know I could hit it, and just happened to go out. So.
Y'all struggled offensively yesterday. I know it was frustrating for y'all, but today just some huge hits up and down the lineup from about the 5th inning on. And what did you see from the offense today as a whole?
Just taking advantage of the opportunities that we got. Yesterday we were kind of pressing a little bit, and I wouldn't even say pressing because it's baseball. It's hard. You're not going to have a good day every day, and so we just made sure to capitalize on our opportunities, and that's what we did.
Well, what's it like seeing a young guy like Dakota come through in a moment like that?
Oh, it's awesome because he's going to be here for the next year, and he's going to do the same stuff, and it's good to have a guy like that behind you and on your team.
Dakota kind of referenced the crowd a little bit, Colton, but obviously at Sanford you didn't get crowds like this. That's say when you came here, but when you think about an NCAA record crowd, and then to have the day you guys had and send all these people home happy, what's that mean to you?
Oh, it means the world. I mean, these fans just keep coming out, keep supporting us, showing us love. So, like Dakota said, we did our thing, and they did their thing. And, I've never seen a crowd like that before. I usually had parents with lawn chairs down the line, about 50 of them, that was it. So it was a little crazy, but you just got to stay in the zone, stay locked in, and have confidence in yourself like you do every other game. So.
You come up in that 9th inning and you just draw a walk. I guess what were you kind of seeing from that pitcher? I think walked you on 4 pitches.
I could tell you when the crowd was getting to him a little bit, like Dakota said, and I was gonna make him throw me a strike first, see one. He never really gave me one to hit or swing at, so yeah.
Did you feel like when you had the meat of the lineup up with yourself and Hunter and Coda that you guys were gonna pull it through?
Oh yeah. No, even when they got that run to go up late, I knew we were gonna win it. I just biggest crowd, we had to pull it out. So.
Big, question about you guys. The biggest college baseball crowd this side of Omaha, Nebraska, and you won the game. Does that make you, now that you've been in that atmosphere and thrived in it, does it make you want it that much more?
Oh yeah, 100%. I want to see that. I mean, even on Midweeks if you can, I don't care. But I love seeing those crowds come out. Just support us through the good and the bad.
Yeah, it just gives us that much more confidence to go out there and do our thing.
Dakota, what's the thoughts going in tomorrow? I mean, it's winner take all tomorrow. I mean, what do you guys need to do to secure that win?
Timely hitting. Just stay consistent. Just timely hitting.
So, can you talk about the character of this thing to get up off the mat or just on off?
We just got guys who know that they can play in this atmosphere, they can play in this league, and they have the confidence too. So we just showed up with all the confidence that we had, and did our thing. So.